Hello guys, welcome back. Tonight we do have our Silent Hill, which is once again working. I'm so thankful for that. And, come on Rusty, he's just sitting here like waiting for my hair to move so we can jump up and get it. Like I would love if he would sit on my lap and try and do that. It'd be wonderful. But, whatever, we'll just have to wait and see if he joins us. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, so I did, as I said, I got Silent Hill working, so we should be good for that. I do have it running right now, and there's been no issues so far, which is wonderful. And I think we are going to wait until next week to finish Batman, just because I do have something tomorrow that I have to get up early for. So I won't be doing a long stream tonight. I know I keep saying that, and then we keep having like 4 or 5 hour streams, but this time I mean it. I really mean it. Because I actually have stuff to do. Oh, where'd he go? Rusty. Okay, he's eating. It's fine. It's fine. If he's eating, he can do that. I'm okay with that. He can give me less attention if he's eating. That's fine. But let's take a look here. Yeah, I think since yesterday we haven't had anything big. Our plans are still the same to finish up Silent Hill and then switch over to Tomb Raider on Sunday, and on Saturdays it'll be the Batman series. And once I finish Tomb Raider, then we're going to have Jedi Survivor on Sundays. And then we'll work through any other games that we have, which I cannot remember right now because I don't have my desktop open. But yeah, I think for the most part, we're just going to jump into the game like fast as we can because I really do not want to, yeah, I don't want to talk for too long. I want to go back to sleep. I am so tired. I would love to go back to sleep and take a nap, but that's not gonna happen. So, okay, yeah, he's just living his life. Maybe we'll get Kitten Cam and have him up there and stuff, which actually... There we go, so you guys can see him a little bit better if he goes up there. I think that's basically it. Rusty did eat some snow, so that's like the big thing that happened earlier today. But he likes snow apparently, just to eat it though, not to go out in it. Although I'm like, I just don't want to send him out there yet. So without further ado, let's hop on over to Silent Hill 2. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. I'll turn off my stream music so you guys can actually, be absorbed into it. Hey, 99! Oh my god, the Supreme Chancellor of the United States of America. Oh my, she has just been... She's been, like, relaxed. When I'm up at, like, 2 in the morning, she's running around like crazy. And of course, that's when Rusty's asleep. They have, like, opposite schedules. Because, like, during the daytime, she is just so relaxed. She's like, oh, I'm just gonna take a nap in the sun. I'm up with her for a bit. Like, I walk out, and she's running around, like, oh, what's happening, what's happening? 2 in the morning? I mean, yeah. Apparently, baby's on your schedule. Baby's basically on your schedule. She's gonna, like, start freaking out soon and everything. But then, whenever she's going crazy, Rusty is not. Rusty's really, really relaxed, and then when he goes crazy, she's like, it's nap time. So it's kind of nice, It's just constant craziness for me, but for them it's good. I have thought about, like, bringing her on a plane and stuff. I could not do it. She just hates she hates people, and she hates different places, and she hates having any sort of harness on. So I wouldn't be able to get her out of the carrier to get her through TSA. But I have actually considered, like, bringing her to Kansas or something, but yeah. Rusty, I think I could actually bring him on trips. I mean, he was in a car for 8 hours with us, 7, 8 hours, and he was fine. It's like I brought him out to use the bathroom. He refused to use the bathroom. I'm like, okay. So we brought a litter box with us just in the car for this, and he didn't use it. That's fine. I know, yeah, everyone is inferior to her. She's like, oh, the humans, they're just there to, like, clean up my vomit and to give me food, obviously. Obviously. I'm like, yeah, baby, hell yeah. And again, I've spent 2 straight days cleaning up vomit before, so yeah, I'm trained pretty well, apparently. Trained very well. But let's see, okay. Clean the litter box, I know, she's like kicking out a little bit of poop, like, clean that up, clean that up. And I'm like, everything's fine, it's okay. You can just do that, it's okay, it's okay. But let me see. Okay, so I will turn off the music. We gotta get in the game. We gotta get in the game. And hopefully Rusty will join us. I do have a shirt with buttons on, and he loves buttons. Like, I mean, he's in love with buttons. It's crazy. Like, I have something that has, like, one giant button on it. I swear to God, he saw that. He was like, his eyes just went giant. Like, oh, the forbidden fruit. Oh my God. And I'm like, oh God, oh God. Ooh, oh God. I'm in the darkness. Rusty? And he has disappeared again. Of course he has. Of course he has. Apparently we're not gonna have a little friend with us today. That's like so sad. Cat versus brown bear battle? I did not get that. It's, oh yeah, the cat would win that fight. Or the brown bear would just like submit, I swear to God. It's just like, I mean, Rusty, when he was teeny tiny, won against a giant black lab. And he was fine. He was fine. The black lab was a bit, you know, scared, but Rusty just was exhausted, so he took a nap, and then he was fine. Then he forgot all about it. And then he taunted the black lab later on, and I'm like, yep, that's my little asshole. That's my little cat. What's this? Okay, yeah, so I cannot remember what we were doing at all. I have no memory of this. No memory at all. So, where the hell are we? We are... Oh, we're in the prison. That's right. That's right. Is there anything else in here? I gotta remember. Oh. Can you guys hear the sound? I cannot hear the sound. So yeah, it says that like you guys can hear the sound, but not me. That's interesting. Well, this'll be interesting. Oh, I can kind of hear it. Never mind. But yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to like figure out where the hell we were before. Oh wait. I remember this. I remember screaming and running through this place and finally getting into an area that was safe. I remember. Oh, this is a bad place. Okay, let's take a peek at C4, see what I need for that. Let's see what I need for C4. Oh, it's horrible. Let's see. Block D key, okay. Okay. So we want to put these lights on. Can't remember why. Oh yeah, because otherwise all the bad things are here. Oh, the weird spider things. It's alive! It's alive! No. Oh God, there's more. Do I want to be here? Not particularly. That opens? Okay, good. There's a lot of... Ah! Oh, this is the thing that explodes, right? Yeah, okay, got it right. Oh, hey, another little friend in there. God, I hate this place. I really hate this place. Okay, so that's going down. Uh-oh, lights are going off. Okay, at least the ceiling is pretty low, so they can't hide up there. Okay, we'll wait for this, and then we'll go into that room. Okay, turn it back on. Open? Open, please? Open, please, thank you. Oh God, another light. Yeah, Oh, I hear things. Oh, yep, I saw that. Don't worry about it. Everything's coolios. Saw someone walking around past lights out. Again, whichever one of you that was, do I need to remind you that you must never leave your post without prior clearance? Reporting you to the warden next time. Ooh. 62 days of paid vacation. Holy shit. Oh my God. That's amazing. Oh, I can't get in here. And it's paid. That's amazing. I'm like in awe. I'm in awe. Where am I? Okay, I can't get there. Block D. I guess we got a C6 or D5. D5. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, D block. Go over here. Wait. There we go. There we go. Oh, there's scary things here. Ooh, ammo. Happiness. Oh, there's something behind this door, isn't there? Oh? Oh, this is not a good thing. This is not a good thing. Yoink? What is this? Is this a shiv? It's a shiv key? I have a key? Oh, this is wonderful. Shame you didn't find it. Shouldn't you know this place better than I do? Now it's too late. I'm going for a walk. Oh, God. Streams is not important to stream, but personal. Oh, what's up? Yeah. Are you doing something with vacation? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Because I'm like, yay, but it could also be not yay. Love that. It's yay or not yay. The two parts of life. How do I get to the left here? I don't know how to get to the left. Oh, maybe the shiv key opens that door. Yeah. So wait, let's do this. So the scary things don't attack me, and then shiv key? It does work. Open. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Were they escaping? Oh my god, did they escape? Holy shit, good for them. Maybe not good for them. He's coming, I know he is. The bars, the walls, they can't hold him. He'll get in, he'll get in. I still have time, I can make it almost through. But he's close, I can feel it. He's coming to finish it. Oh, joy. Let him come? Oh, wonderful. Like, oh my god. For 3 weeks, Italy for 2 weeks, Japan for 2 weeks? Yeah, just like travel. Just have so much fun. Just like do everything that you wanted to do. I mean, for me, I would be like, I am staying at home and doing nothing. But yeah, it's like traveling can be so amazing, especially if you don't have to worry about it being unpaid. It's like the stress of it. Okay, well in that case, you find a nice little area, like a little bed and breakfast or something, just to spend a couple of days there. That's like the best way to do it, because then you don't have to worry about, you know, corporate stuff or anything. You don't have to worry about a big chain, and it's usually not as expensive. And you just, you know, have a little home away from home for like 2 or 3 days. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, it's time for, you know, just like do what I do, just stay at home and live life. I don't like going on vacation anymore because I'm like, there's too much change. If there was no change, it'd be wonderful. But staying at home and just doing nothing is like my favorite thing ever. It's my favorite thing. Like what we do, like my mom and I have even done this where we didn't want to go on a big vacation. So we just drove up to Cape Cod. That's like, I don't know, 3 hours away. So it's not long. But just like something that's like nearby, but not too close. And we got a little Airbnb up there for like 2 or 3 nights. And it's like, it wasn't a big vacation, but it was just a change of scenery, basically. They won't save you. Oh, yeah. Talking about wonderful things, and then we just have that on the wall. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. They have a bubbler here. Oh my god. Wonder if they call it a water fountain or a bubbler. Is this in, like, Connecticut? Because if it is, it's definitely a bubbler. Okay, is this gonna take... That takes forever to go down. What else can we explore? This is a whole new area. I know it's more Silent Hill 2. It finally works again, Time Traveler. I'm so happy with it. To clean and shop and go with my mom to, like, 3-door. That's really good. Like, you do not get a lot of that these days. Do not get it a lot. Thank you for gifting a sub. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I told you you didn't listen. Oh boy, oh boy. Guys, this is not good. Oh, we got stuff. We got stuff. Didn't I only put on 1 light? Why does it sound like a bunch of lights are just going off? I don't wanna step out of this room. Peeky peeky? Let's just, you know, peek her head out of it. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. Is that one dead? I think it's dead. The sub badge? Oh, the flex. I'm like, gotta fix it. I'm like, wait, what? What happened to it? I do actually have to, like, figure out how to make those a bit different. Have I been here before? Okay, so what killed the nurse, then, if I haven't been here before? Oh, I hear things. Oh, it's a nurse! It's a nurse! Wait. Wait. There we go, kneecap him. Kneecap the nurse. It is, I think that one's a bunny. It's like a pink bunny. I think there is a pig, though. There's like a bunch of different animals that I kind of just like, I randomized. I literally used a spin wheel and I'm like, random bullshit. There we go. I'm like, yep, this makes sense. This makes total sense. Okay, there we go. That one's down. I do love doing that. I just randomize it. And so I'm like, not my fault if it doesn't make sense. I used a spin wheel. Oh, I love that. Plus, I just love spin wheels. I don't know why. Oh, what's this? Is it a memory? Oh, that's, oh my god, that's a Hindu god. I can't remember of what, but I vaguely remember it. Vaguely, vaguely. Just, there seems to have been a fight. Ooh, bugs. Ew, 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 ew. Oh, wait, are the lights gonna go off? I hope not. I hope not. Okay, we'll take a look at all the bugs over there in a second. Look down on pigs. Yeah, oh my god. It is. They're like so useful. They're just like useful animals and kind of amazing at how completely, they're just complete omnivores. They'll eat anything. That's just fascinating to me. And also, when I was younger, I really wanted a teacup pig. No, it's like I always wanted a teacup pig. It was one of my dreams. Oh god, we have to stick our hand in the hole. I don't want to do this. Search. One of these times, they're gonna, like, eat my hand or something. Ew. Oh my god, it's the goo. It's a weight. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. The light went out. The light went out. Oh. Guys, I'm scared. I'm scared! Okay, that one's the goo. There we go. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. Either I'm locked in here with them or they're locked in here with me. Oh! I'm locked in here with them, I'm locked in here with them. Oh fuck, nurses, nurses! Oh fuck, nurses. No, no, no. Run, 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 dude! Okay, where's my shotgun? Fuck! Ah. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. I missed. How did I miss? Oh, no, 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 back off, back off, back off. Oh, I'm being cornered by nurses. No! Am I dead? Oh. Okay, one down. Oh, god damn it. No, no, dodge, dodge, dodge. Dodge! Run! Okay. Wait, now I want the rifle. No, 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 no. I want my rifle. I mean, no, I want mine. Fuck. There we go. We got it in time. We got it just in time. Don't stick anything in the forbidden hole. It's the goo hole. Holy shit, this is like a massacre. Oh my god, there's another one. Oh. Oh my god. Turn on the lights. Turn on the lights. Oh my god. Have you ever had moments where Jehovah's Witness at your door? I don't think so. I don't think so. Or at least I don't answer the door. Unless I know who's coming, I do not answer the door. I'm like, nope, no one is finding me. Oh, the showers we got. Okay, so we can exit this place. Yeah, unless someone is actually at the door that I know and they text me that they're there, I'm like, no, not answering it. No one is going to be here. Oh god, there's more people. Let me leave. Wait, where do I go? Let's try either C6 or... Door, we need to save, Let us in. No, it's a safe place. You're in my safe place. Whew. Okay, we got him, guys. I just tried to get them to lose focus. Oh my god. It's like, I don't know, I don't think we have a big community here for it. It's like I've never had anyone come to the door like that. Mostly because, once again, like I said, I just don't answer the door. And also, I'm just not awake during the time that people come. I'm like, I'm usually awake only during the nighttime. So, if someone comes to the door at night, there we go, and like rings my doorbell, I think they're either a serial killer or a serial killer. So I'm like, no, I'm not answering the door. They really want something, they can leave a note on the door or they can text me. Like anyone else, not coming through. Oh, it's dark again. It's very dark again. Okay, we can do this. Get to C6. Get to C6. We are A-okay. If we keep saying it, then we will believe it. What's in here? Oh, what? It's locked? How do we get in here? What is that? What? Oh, right here. There we go. Like, I know there's a way. I'm in church recently. I've watched, like, a lot of Netflix documentaries and stuff. For a while, I was, like, really researching all different types of religions and everything and lifestyles. So it was fascinating. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I think it's also because, like near my grandparents' farm and everything, there's like a big Amish community. So, you know, when I went there and everything, you'd be able to say hi to them and stuff. And, you know, they would not trade everything, but they would all, you know, just coexist. And it was nice to see it. It was very nice. Oh, scary things. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so I got the weight from this area, so we are done here. Oh, this was one of these rooms. Was this the bowl one? Yeah, this was the bowl. So we've gone into the bowl and the serpent? Oh wait, no, we've done the ox and the serpent. So we need the dove and the boar. What was that? Ah, fuck! I was looking at my map, you piece of shit! Oh my god, move. There we go. I did not know they could kill me while I was looking at my map. We learned something new today. Let's turn on these. And so we have to go to the big scary room. Oh my god, our little tiny run. It's adorable. Where do we get here now? I think it was this place? Yeah, okay. So what do we need? We needed the... Let me take a look at my map. We need the boar and the dove. Boar and the dove. Let's see here. Boar and the dove.
996,997,991 just redeemed hydrate.
Hydration. Coffee. So wait, if we put this one? No. What if we do that? No, that doesn't work. Okay. So we must have to do the boar next. Yeah? Maybe? We could do this one. And then this one goes over here. There we go, okay. So now we have the boar open. Where's the boar? Over there, it's close. This is wonderful. Oh, it's dark again. Can we just like make this constantly lit up? I don't care if the monsters still come after me. I just want to be able to see what I'm doing. It's like right now I can see nothing. even with my glasses on. Okay, boar room is open. Oh, that's a lot of scary things. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh me, oh my. Okay. Our little recorder thing is going off the charts. Oh, can't get in there. What was that? I heard something. Oh, I heard many things. I hear many things. I can see you. I can see them in there. At least, oh god. Oh, there we go, okay. Oh, don't worry. Okay, and then back off. There we go. We got it, y'all. Okay, what is it? Morning routine, incident at the infirmary, assaulted medical staff, attempted to steal medication, under control, rumors of disease spreading through the prisoners, reported to administration, had a coughing fit, reported to medical staff, evening lockup, nothing. Ooh, so that moved pretty fast. Okay, let's take a look at this little map. So we'll go back this way first. See if any of these doors open, or where the stairs go. Where do the stairs go? Where did you come? Ah! Everything's fine. Yeah, I'm definitely awake now. I was very, very sleepy earlier. I'm awake. I'm awake. Oh god, there's scary sounds. Just everything's scary. Are these books? How long? What kind of water damage was here for it? Oh, a picture. Old man's always prepared. 23. Okay, we can unlock this so we can actually get through here if we need. The amount of like black mold that's probably in here. I don't know. I don't know how this dude's still alive. Was this supposed to be a stairway? Yeah, I thought so. Did they block it off? Interesting. Why would they block it off? Maybe they were trying to keep someone in or someone out. I do like how like half the little notebooks and stuff is just people screaming like, get out, they're coming. And you're like, ah, yes, a clue. Wonder what this clue could mean. Please tell me that this room is pink and not covered in blood. Please, please. I'm begging. I think it's okay. Oh, we're in the visitor section? There's someone scary around here. Hi! Peekaboo! Oops. Wow. Did it only take like one shot? Oh, okay, never mind. It's not dead. Normal mold in your apartment? Just paint over it? Oh my god, yeah. That sounds like something that would happen at my place. That definitely sounds like something that would happen at my place. Honestly, it might have happened. Just like, oh, it's fine, no. We had mold in the basement. They're like, just, put a dehumidifier down there. It'll be okay. And we're like, there's a lot of mold, though. It's fine. Oh, bug. Whew. That bug had a lot of blood. Interesting. Oh, I want another puzzle. Oh, God. What is that? That's like the ultimate goo monster. That sound. Horrible. Okay. I feel like something's following me. Which probably they are. They gave me a lot more medicine. Oh my god, I want to get 20 of each. Just to be crazy prepared. Okay, that door's still locked. Oh boy, who else is in here with me? What the hell was that? You guys heard that too, right? Did I just make that up, or? I'm very worried. I'm very worried. I'm on the edge of my seat. Oh, a save point. Oh god, a save point. Oh god. What are they gonna make me deal with? It's never good when they're like, yeah, have an extra save point. Yeah, have an extra one. You'll be fine. And I'm like, I'm gonna be fine. Why'd you give me the save point? Although I'm very thankful for it. but it also scares me a lot. The duality of life. Oh, wait, we have... Come on. Wanna get my hair? You wanna get my hair? He's just sitting here staring. Oh, there we go. Hey, Rusty. Oh, there we are. Oh my goodness. Wanna go up here? Such a graceful cat. Okay, he's just gonna sit here. He's just gonna sit next to my mouse. It's okay. Let's see, where were we? Oh yeah. Manual save. Boop, 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 boop. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Our little friend is always gonna be here with us. Wireless headset be good for investment? I had a wireless headset, but I like the wired one. Like the Bluetooth, it just doesn't do like the same. I don't know. I definitely prefer wired. And he's usually okay with it. He sometimes goes after it a tiny bit, but I just redirect him and it's fine. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry, Rusty. There we go. And also there's like 200 wires in here, so he's just like grown and known that there's like wires around here that he shouldn't touch. I know, Rusty, your tail was on my mouse. Everything is wired plus, that way if I don't know where they are, I just follow the wire. Reap what you sow. Oh god. I'm sorry, Rusty, I'm probably going to scream, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all okay. Oh, I hear the weird goo. No items. Oh, that looks like a crazy lock. Reap what you sow. That's not good. That he locked himself in, took the key. None of the COs got a spare, but I know there is one. He was going nuts over the disease. See if the head nurse doesn't have it. Thinks he's safe up there. He'll get what's coming. Ooh. 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 Wanna come sit? He just has like his little paw up, like, Oh, yes. Good boy. He's such a good boy. See, he makes me relaxed when playing this. Of course, that means the next jump scare, I'm gonna scream really, really loud, but, you know, whatever. A horseshoe? And what is that? Paint? I don't know what that is. I think it's a memory. Oh, it's a nurse. Good boy. Yeah, come on down here. Here we go. Charge! Oops. There we go. There we go. They dead. They dead. Oh, another nurse. Yes? Come on. Wait, why can't I shoot? There we go. Come on, is that your knee? There we go. I'm like, it's somewhere in the shadows. And creepy TV? Nope. No, thank you. Yeah, he's just like, he's in the weirdest sitting position right now. He has two of his paws, his front paws, on my lap, and he's just like half sitting on all of this. I don't get it. Rusty, what you doing? You're being very odd tonight. What's going on? Oh, he just like touched my phone. That's adorable. He's like, that's me. That's mine. It's all mine. I know, if you go and sit up there, I have a camera for you. Yeah? What do we have it here? Ah. Nothing? Like what? Ooh, okay, ammo. There we go. Let's get it to 200. 200 ammo. I'd love that. What do we have? 138. We're getting close. We're getting close. So we went through here. We don't have the weight from this place yet. So we have to go to the infirmary. That's where the key is going to be to get to the other place that we need. So through this way. One light still works for some reason. Don't know how or why. Okay, scary things are near here. Scary things. What is this? Okay. I can't really move my mouse too much right now. Ooh! Wait, is that? Let's just loot a little bit. It's okay. We got any of that stuff? No, that's all fake stuff. Oh, that's a lot of nurses. Ooh, that's a lot of nurses. Let's see. Oh. Okay, back off. And then... Oh, fuck, she's getting back up? How did she get back up? They get back up? Since when? Oh, back off. Oh. They just keep getting back up. Oh my god. Am I dead? I'm dead. Holy shit. Okay, we have to go shotguns then. Okay, now where were we? That's why they gave me the save point. And now at least I can actually move my mouse around. Oh, okay, yeah, no. The one time he goes after the wire. So we saw this. Oh, did we? Oh yeah, no, that's the note. That's not a painting. And... Oh, miss. And she's walking into a TV. A+. Where? Yeah, this is just... So they do get up. So how do they get up from me kneecapping them? And let's just... No. I guess we have to do that. Ooh, hydrate. Coffee. Hi, Rusty.
996,997,000.
He's like, ooh, coffee. I can have coffee. No, you can't. So what do we have for this? Did I get all this stuff? I think I did. Yeah. Nope. I swear he heard you talking about the cables. Now he's just like going after all the cables. Hi, friend. Wait, was this one here last time? I don't remember this one being here. Things have changed. Hi, Rusty. Okay. Now he's going after my necklace. But he's purring while it's happening. Okay, wait. So then this one, let's load up the shotgun. Yeah, we're gonna have to use the shotgun for this, I think. Where'd you go? Woo! Bum, bum. Oh yeah, he's like, he just never gave up on what's it called, like his teething and stuff. He's just always teething. Yep. Oh, I guess, yeah, we're in the infirmary. Of course there's gonna be a bunch of nurses. Oh, that's my necklace, sir. It's my necklace. Oh my god, her head. It's glitching. Do you want me to find you something to gnaw on? Don't have anything over here. Yeah. Yes, silly boy. Oh, and there we go. It keeps moving my microphone back. Okay, nothing in there. Let's take a look at our map. We're in the back room. Okay, so if we go to the side room, then maybe that's where we'll find it. Ooh. The key! Okay, we got it. That's where the, not magnet, the other thingy's supposed to be. Oh, my goodness. Hello, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. We're gonna take a moment because I need to get him, like, to figure out what he's gonna gnaw on. And also, let me do a shout out for y'all. Let's see if I can actually remember this. Wait. Oh, they changed this on Twitch. Everything looks different. That's why. Okay. There we go. I figured it out. Oh. And he's gone. There we are. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, guys. I am trying to get through Silent Hill while also trying to figure out how to get Rusty something to chew on. So yeah, we're doing stuff. We're doing stuff. I guess our friend left us. Rusty. Okay, now he's just gonna sit there and stare at me like, you gonna do anything else except be on the computer? I'm like, yes, I will. You just gotta give me time. He was very, very cuddly last night. He just kept like nosing underneath the blanket to come lay with me, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. The cuteness offsets the horribleness of this Silent Hill place. It's so horrible. Try to get other endings. Ooh, I heard there was one for Maria or something, but I know I didn't go back and talk to her, so I don't have that ending. I know I didn't. New rules of conduct. Guards are to keep their distance from prisoners. Any attempts of approaching the guards by the prisoners are to be met with immediate disciplinary action. Prisoners are to be confined to their cells until further notice. Okay, if that's because of like all the disease, that's fine, but otherwise this was a crappy ass prison. What, it's like in the center of the earth, and what is this for? Why? Why? What? How? This is just a really, really horrible place. I can say that it's a genuinely horrible place. I would never ever want to be here. For floor key. Why does that have such a cool key and everything else has normal keys? It's like, These stairs are cool too. And candles? Oh god. Why are there so many candles? Is this like... I thought this was gonna be a ritual or something. Maybe they just like candles. Look, the power goes out. Oh dear. Something's here. I can feel a presence in the force. And it's not a good presence! Ah! You can't hide from me. I surprised you, not the other way around. Okay. You'll have 2 other areas. Can we get through this door? I can. What's in here? Oh, it's this place. Oh, okay. I know this place. We just were there. Well, it's 1:30. Thank you so much for the raid and for saying hi. Always appreciate that. Go rest, go to sleep. Go chill for a bit. I'm like, I know after stream, I always just want to like go like lay on the floor for a little bit. It's like, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go just like not talk for a while. It's always wonderful. Oh, what is this? This looks cool. Is there a save point? Where does this go? Oh boy. Am I in like the warden's office? There is a save point. Okay, let's see. We'll save and then we'll see what the box does. Yeah, we'll see that. Hey, at least I'm not saving like every 5 minutes. It's more like every like 10 to 15 minutes. That's pretty good. Come on. Yep, he's just sitting there. I'm like, I'm so cold now. I want his little warmth. I might even try and use his heated blanket for me. He has a little heated thing that he never goes on. He just refuses. Even if it's on, he's like, why would I sit on there when I can just sit on your lap? Maybe I'll use it for me. Because I am chilly. Okay, focus. We have a box. A very interesting box. Oh, it's a typewriter. Never mind. Sick. Select. Oh, we got the weight. This is the final weight. Okay, let's leave here and hopefully not die. Hopefully not. How the hell do I get out of here now? Oh, it is the warden's office. I was right. Wait, can I get in this place? No, I cannot. So if we continue over here, oh, where do I go from here? I think it's the stairs. I'm pretty sure that's where I go, but I have to go in the darkness. Oh dear. There's many scary things. I want to leave. Let me go. Ooh, we made it. Hopefully nothing's following me. Oh god, I heard that. Wait, Oh crap, this door's not open. Oh, of course. We have to go out the way we came in. Run, 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 run. Where's the door? Where's the door? No, no, where's my door? I hear something. What am I hearing? Okay, we're fine. This is fine. Okay, now I'm in this area, so let's go. Was it this way? Yeah, the candles and all that. So we go down here, through all the nurses' station and everything. And then, oh god, I saw that movement and I almost freaked out. Other people. And we run, we do our little tiny little jog. Love that. A little jog. Whew, whew, whew. We're gonna be ready to run a marathon soon. Okay, there's that body. Hey, you know, that kind of looks like, wait, what? Was this wall always here? Oh, yeah, it was. Okay, I thought they, like, made a wall appear, and I'm like, holy shit. What do I do if walls just start appearing? I'm like, oh, God, that's horrible. We got it. We got out. We got out. Keep running. Oh, we go this way. And out the door. Okay, perfect. Oh, God, there's something out here. Oh, where was the light? Where am I? The follow. I'm scared. Okay, wait. Let's go back in. Oh, no. Where's the light? I want my light. I want my light. I want my light. Whew. Take a moment. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, oh, I can't see the prison map. Leave me alone! No, you piece of shit! Okay, how do I get back? How do I get back to the room? We're on the board, so we just go left. Just run straight left. Just run straight left! No, just keep running! It's very dark. I don't remember where the lights are. I can't remember. Hello. I have no memory of this place. But we made it. We made it to the scales. I have no clue what we'll get in this last door, but it'll be really cool. So what do we need? Oh, the dove. That dove. That's right. I'm doing pretty good. I'm very tired, but, you know, I'm always tired, so it's cool. Oh, that worked. What did I get? Oh, the dove is open. Now, where the hell is the dove room? Wingless dove, so straight out, and then first major left. Okay, we got that. Oh, but thank you so much for popping in, and thank you so much for the follow. I'm like, whew. Oh god, oh god, oh god, there's a lot of them, there's a lot of them. This game really wakes me up. Finish off 50 enemies with a stomp attack. I have a stomp attack. I thought I just stomped on them sometimes. Oh god, you know what, fuck it, just run. Just run! Let them live their lives. It's okay. Live your lives, dude! Oh, how did it get worse? Guys, how did the prison somehow get worse? Is this possible? Did it follow me? Oh god. Oh fuck, it did follow me, it did follow me! Leave me alone! God damn it, come down here! Come down here! I hate these things so much. I hate them so much. Can you tell how much I hate them? At first I was like, oh, it's fine, they're just little mannequins. But once they started climbing on the walls, Once they started climbing on the walls, bad shit started happening. Did that just block my way out? Okay. Okay. This is fine. I kind of just want to go in a cell and take a nap. I just want to go take a nap. It'll be all okay. Okay, F1. So we're in the F block? Ooh, is that medicine? It is medicine. What do we have? We have 20 health drinks. Yes, we made it to 20. Let's go. Now I don't want to use it at all. Now I want to keep it at 20. Nothing weren't so great. Oh boy, what is this place? What? Oh god, what is this place? Is that a torture chamber? Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, this looks like a torture chamber. Is that? It's a wait. So how do we get in here? I guess that means that we have to somehow get into F6. Yeah. Oh, I saw you. I saw you. I saw you. Doesn't this hurt walking on these things? This is a very horrible place. God, this is bad. My God. It's like a medieval dungeon. Maybe it originally was a medieval dungeon. That's a possibility. Can we get in here? Can. What's gonna be in here? Seriously, nothing? Give me at least like one bullet or something. Just give me one bullet. Oh no. Oh no, I can hear things. Things and stuff. Not good things and stuff either. Horrible things and stuff. Oh, let's just go right in. Why not? Why not? Oh, a ladder. Oh, I saw that mannequin. Ooh, where's he gonna end up? Gonna be in here? I saw you run away. He disappeared. Oh god. So we do have that ladder to go up, but first I want to explore the rest of this floor. I feel like there's a lot more here that I wasn't able to find. There it is. There's the mannequin. Okay, where else do we have? So this area goes to more cells, and it looks like an office that I can slip into. So the ladder's there. I'm guessing the stairway is not going to be there. Maybe the ladder is our escape route. That's a good possibility. I feel confident in that. Ooh, ammo. Thank you. And it's shotgun shell ammo. That's good. I haven't really figured out how to use the rifle effectively. Ouch! That one actually hurt. Well, we gotta use a health drink. We're down back to 19. No! We're gonna make it even soon. We're gonna make it even. A health drink! We're at 20! I know. It's perfect. We made it to 20 again. What is that? Oh, I saw that! He's sneaky. Sneaky. I've actually thought of it, but I finally got the horns to be like the right color. And also, I don't want to deal with getting new add-ons. Wait, let's actually do a syringe so I can get fully healed. But it is a possibility. Is a possibility. Yeah. There we go. Oof. I actually know a surprising amount of people, like mutual streamers and stuff, that have devil horns. We're all just like, yep. Why not? Just always devil horns. We're like, no. It's just, I don't know why. Everyone just accepted it. Oh, that's how I was supposed to get in there. Whoopsies, gotta go all the way around. Can't get up there. So yeah, the F4 and the main area, are these train tracks? Okay, distracted. It's pink cat ears. Oh my god, color. I know, it's like I love spelling it with a U just because I feel dramatic, but when I was younger, on the spelling tests and stuff, I would spell things with a U and they would mark them incorrect, and I'm like, actually. And they're like, no, this is America. You spell it without the U. And I'm like, what the fuck? God, technically there's two different ways you can say it and spell it. Woman in flight, that's fun. 436 people at a recital. Okay. Burning Man. I like that one. The other two, meh, but I like that one. Maybe because it's Burning Man. I wish I had been able to go to Burning Man when it was still like, you know, the true Burning Man, not whatever it is now. But, you know, too young, too young. So sad. Okay, so there's nothing else here, so at this point, I just need to go up that ladder, because I don't think there's another way to get into that room. So I think the ladder is our only bet. Now, where was the ladder? Oh, there. So we go here and through this place. And oh god, let's see what's up here. Oh dear. I'm scared. Theater versus theater. Oh yeah, completely. That's like, it doesn't have the same vibe. People don't even do the same thing. Now it's like all expensive and stuff, and it's, yeah. It is so sad, just like so many other things I can't remember right now. Like, I can't remember them right now. Wait, what? I didn't get... What? I have to actually get this thing? I missed something down here. I missed how to get the weight. Apparently there is a way to get it. Don't understand. So we definitely missed something in here. So F6, so it has to be something about F7, but they're not even like close to each other. Or maybe F5? This is F7. Is there anything in here that we can use? That's a lot of blood. No, it's literally just a room. Okay. Culture being eroded by capitalism. Oh yeah, just like holidays and stuff. Like how Valentine's was, it's just a bunch of cards and stuff now. I'm like, I refuse to celebrate. There's a door there. Right? That looks like a door. So looks like a door. So looks like a door. Oh, never mind. It's just here all the time. Huh. I know, that's what I was thinking. It looks like at the bottom of a castle or something. Now, how do we get in there? So there seems to be one room that's not marked. Maybe we can see if we can get in there. But otherwise, yeah, otherwise there's nowhere else to go. So let's see if in the back of F4 or F12 there's a way to get into that secret room. It might just be a random place on the blueprint that I can't get into, but it looks suspicious. Where am I now? Oh, over here. There we go. I've actually, I went and saw a bunch of castles in Germany and Austria. Like, that's where I went to the Neuschwanstein Castle and a couple of others. And oh my god, they were just like, it was beautiful. Especially because when we went to Neuschwanstein, it was all foggy and stuff. So I took a picture of the bridge and stuff, just all in fog, with like all the trees and the castle rising out of the distance. It was gorgeous. Okay, wait. What is this number? 436. If there's a lock or something, it'll be 436. 436. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Like I said, I am exhausted. There's also a little note. So yeah, this place right there. Right in here. I want to get in there. How? What? So I've looked in all of the cells. Yeah, it is gorgeous. And also just like being there, I was able to see so many cool things. It was amazing. Plus I got to see it with like family and friends and stuff, so it was a really cool experience. I'm a bit stuck here. So there's that unmarked room that I can't get into, that it might just be nothing. But I feel like there's something else. So F8, let's look back into like F1, 2, and 3. Maybe there's something in there like on the ground that I missed. Where are we going? Okay, then left. Because I'm definitely supposed to be able to get into those rooms, but I just don't know how. Okay, nothing. And we have nothing here. F1? We might have to look at our guide a little bit, because I have no clue what to do on this. Not a castle or medieval? Oh, true, yeah. But like to us mere mortals, it's a castle. To us mere mortals. Oh yeah, there's definitely something in there. Can I get in there? Make my soul. Yeah, look at that. There is something in there. What does shift do? Nothing. I thought I could crouch. I don't know why. There is something. Okay, this room is what's different. There has to be something in this room. Oh, well, there's also the one, oh my god, it wasn't the actual Palace of Versailles, but it was the one that was remade or something. I loved that place, amazing. It is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. And also, try to make sure you're not there when it rains. I was there when it was raining, and it was funny because everyone else was in like all of these, you know, the jackets and stuff, and I'm like, oh no, 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 I'm going to look amazing when I do this. I'm like, we're gonna dress up because I'm gonna be in a goddamn castle. My dad's like, you're gonna be freezing. I'm like, no, I will not be. I mean, I will, but I'm in a castle, so I have to be very, very pretty right now. And I'm like, hell yeah, I can wear my leather jacket, but that's it. So I was the one person that was in like these casual high heels and stuff while I was trying to go in the castle. And I'm like, yeah, don't judge me. This is just me. This is just me. Don't worry. I feel like this area is, oh my god, right here. Right here. We did miss it. There we go. We didn't even have to look at the guide. Hell yeah. What do we have here? A light that is still on somehow, because that makes sense. Some ammo. What is this? Due to recent acts of inmate violence, prisoner D239 has been transferred to solitary confinement cell F6. We need to get into F6. Have you been in a concentration camp? We did not go. We were there with a couple of friends, and we're like, we wanna have some joy. We don't want to have we don't want to go there at this point. My dad really wanted to go, but we're just like, if we were doing this for a historical trip, but this is just like literally us driving around for 2 weeks having fun, we're like, we can pay our respects at a different time. Did not want to do that, but it's like I get why people do, because it is like part of our history and stuff. And I'm like, if I was going here to like look at historical events and stuff, I will, but I didn't even look at historical events in the castle. I'm just like, castle, yeah. That was me on vacation. I am sorry, I am so sorry, I couldn't let them take you, and now you're still there, aren't you? Oh god. Oh no. So we have another wait, but did that just close? Oh god. Are we trapped? Oh fuck. Okay, maybe we want to be trapped in here. What's outside? Am I gonna cry, guys? Am I gonna cry? Is this gonna make me cry? I think it might make me cry. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, no, no thank you, no thank you. Just back up into a corner. They can't hurt you. Actually, they can, but it's fine. Is it open now? It's open now? What was in here? Okay, wait, let's take a moment. Let's take a moment. I'm genuinely scared right now. And Rusty's just staring at me from the other, like, side of the room. Like, are you still gonna be talking? Okay, let's get our shotgun ready. Let's get our shotgun ready. Yeah, it's time. Oh god! Can I get around that door with the third person? Nope. Oh god. I wanna leave. I wanna leave. I wanna leave! I wanna leave! Oh god, oh god, no, 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 no. Let me leave. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm happy, I'm happy. Just go, just go. Just go. Last time. And we can turn. Wait, we can't turn the light on? We can't turn the light on? Oh, I need to get to the scales. Just run. Just run! Oh god, oh god, oh god. Why is nothing attacking me? What's happening? Are they gonna all be in the yard? Oh, why is it raining? Save. Let me save. Let me save. Please let me save. Please. Okay, yard. Manual save. Okay, we got this. Wow, 22 minutes? That was the longest time that I haven't saved for, like, ever. Okay. I have a save game. I feel much more comfortable now. So we can do... So we have all the weight. So I guess we take them and put them here. Maybe? Oh, it's supposed to be the middle. There we go. Wait, so the lightest weight. And wait, nope. That one. Yeah? No, no, no. We can get this, we can get this. So, we take that off. And what if, so this one too heavy? Yeah, way too heavy. So this one, okay, just a little bit. We'll do this one by one just to make sure. And hydration.
997,991 just redeemed hydrate.
Bum, bum. Okay, so that's not right. So this one, what, almost does it? Yeah. So can we do these two together? No, that's too much. So if I put this one and this one, and then, did I already try this one? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I think we have to use all the weights. I was trying to just use, like, the basic ones, but I guess we have to use all of them. Which I guess that makes sense. They completely balance them out. Do that. Okay, no. Then that. Then... Oh, it was so close. It was so close. There we go. We did have to use all of them. What did I get? A stick? Oh, execution lever. That makes more sense. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, I know this now. So what is this thing over here? I feel like we should be able to open it. Oh, wait, this one. This is the lever for it. Oh, what is this? Fully but once on a rope's frayed end, choose the one justified from among the damned. Seek out their tales, think upon each sin, or let blind faith choose, let the judgment begin. Oh, okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess put once on a rope. So the 6 that are being hanged, I have to decide. Oh boy, okay. Let's see, read. For your grace I do not plead, for the flames I did set free. Sisters shrieked and children cried, but no one made it out alive. So can I... And then is this the bottom one? Oh no, my only daughter, joys of days, they want to take you away. Hush, hush, little baby. Okay, that kind of sounds like the first one. Kind of. Wait, let's read through all of them and then try and figure it out. So, the wealth of others I did take, the 7th statute I did break. And yet my deeds I don't regret, I had my reasons, that is that. I took the child, you were quite right, carried her off into the night. She did not scream, she did not bawl, I was her father after all. And it's this one. After all, my only daughter, joy of days, they wanted to take you away. Hush, little baby, and be still. If you can't have you, no one will. Maybe. Okay, wait, let's not put anything on them yet. I got too excited. So once the sun has ceased its reign, I cut through the rusty chain, pushed the door, and snuck within, filled my pockets to the brim. So a thief? I waited long, I bid my time, I waited to commit my crime. The man appeared, he saw me not, a bloody end is what he got. Okay, murderer? Mommy dearest, mommy sweet, your love for me was so deep. Why, oh why, you shouted out, when my knife pierced your heart. Okay, child murderer. You were oh so kind to me, filled my heart with joy and glee. In the end, it was all for naught. Why, oh why, you ask, why not? Okay, so that one is definitely for that. This one, the reason I have to say was to survive another day. For me, a cherished step ahead. Okay. Filled my pockets to the brim. Flames set free. Others take 7 statue. Yeah, okay, so number 2 is this one. 7 statue. Statue, I don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure it's something about stealing. I departed with great haste, leaving not a single trace. Ever faithful to my creed. Okay, this one is the murderer. Though the young ones' death I mourn, their tormentors are no more. Souls the nuns did pray, took their innocence away. That is the arsonist. Grace and nuns and all that stuff. So, then this one, only daughter. And then this is a thief, right? No, this is not right. Go against me, your end is near. So, depart with great haste. Oh no, this one goes up here. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. And then this one is right there. And this one is that. Now what do I do? Or maybe I got it wrong. Or, oh no, I have to pull the lever again, I bet. Never mind. Maybe I got it wrong? Pull ye but once on a rope's frayed end. Choose the one justified among the damned. Seek out their tale, think upon each sin, or oh, and then I have to choose which one to kill. Oh, I have to choose which one to kill. Okay, so let's see, guys. Number 1, this one is the arsonist that killed nuns and children. It was for the young ones, but they killed all of them. Okay, angel of mercy, angel of death, wealth, loaf of bread. Nope, 2 is safe. Pick the child, carry off the night. 3, not the worst. Truth and not hesitate, so they're... Okay. So kind to me, why not? Okay, so we're gonna take out the thieves immediately, because compared to, like, cold-blooded murder, it's fine. Okay, that was for mercy. That's okay. So we're between 1, nah, 3 is fine. 1, 6, 5, 1, 6, and 5. So let's look at, so 1, tormentors are no more. Okay, I think between 6 and 5. So this one, there was no other motivation. They simply did it because why not? This one, there were rules and stuff. So I think 5. 5. We're gonna go with 5. I hope this is right. Otherwise, I might die. Uh-oh. Press, oh my god. Uh-oh. Did I do it? All keys, eventually it's solved. Did I win? Did I do it right? I don't know. Oh god, I don't think I did it right. I don't think I did it right. Maybe I did. Oh, this one. Ow! God damn, you piece of crap. Dodge. It's like, yeah, we're just always in the sewers. No matter what game I play, it's just like, sewers! Yeah! Dodge. More sewers! I'm gonna say I did it right. I'm gonna say that because it brought me to the new area. I see you. It brought me to a new area. Therefore, I'm gonna say I was right. We have over 20 health drinks. Oh my god. Unless this takes me right back up, then I did it wrong. Wait, does it like tell me? Oh, there's no map. It was gonna be like a failure zone. Okay, I think this was wrong. I think it was wrong. Okay, so it's not 5. It is not 5. Okay, in that case, we're going with my second one. Let's go to 6. Let's go to 6. Let's go to 6. Oh, god damn it. It's the nuns. I think it's the nuns one then. It's number 1. So are there more down here? Oh yeah, there are. Yeah, there are. Ah! Ah! They're all, oh my god, they're always going after me. Holy shit, last time at least, they like took turns. No, I dodged that. I dodged that. Oh wow, it took out 2 at once. Ah, god damn it. Gross. Oh, back off, back off. Oh, it's a nurse, it's a nurse, it's a nurse. It's a nurse with a knife. Help back. Okay, so it's not 5 or 6. Let's try 1. Let's try 1. I'm really good at all this judgment stuff on Skyrim. I did that puzzle really, really easy. But, apparently I'm not very good at this one. So yeah, 1 is the one about the nuns. So let's try this one. So it's not 5 or 6. Please, please say it's 1. Please say it's 1. Please. It's a different cutscene, I think. Yeah, this is... Is it? It's a different cutscene? Or... It is a different cutscene! I was right. Okay, so apparently, murder with no reason is worse than murdering a bunch of nuns and children. Which, okay, I can see that. I can see that. I accept this. I accept it. Ooh, hydrate. Wait, let me see. Do we have a map for this place? We do not.
996,997,991
I'm like, I don't even trust the game to let me have time to take a sip of coffee. I have to pause it in order to take a sip. Like, I do not trust anything here. Nothing and no one. Oh, is this a morgue? We're in a morgue. Hey, it's a mummy. Okay, they're probably gonna come alive and kill me, but you know, that's just life. That's just life, guys. Jump? Yeah, let's jump. Hell yeah. Whee! Oh wait, it was too early. Jump. And I got too excited about that. I went too early. Okay, now I'm in an old mine. Oh. Okay, okay. Yeah, this is cool. You know what? I'm out of the jail, I'm pretty sure. I'm okay with that. We're going down further? We're gonna go like straight through the earth. How many times have we jumped now? This is really far down. And more jumps, more jumps. More jumps. Can I just like constantly jump down? Okay, okay. So, can we go through this place? Nope. Do we have a map? We do not have a map. It's an elevator? Ooh, ammo. Oh, okay, yeah, if that was a trap, I would 100% fall for it. Like, ooh, stuff! Let's go straight towards it. And the elevator somehow still works. Yep. Oh, fuck! Okay, no, we're fine. I thought that was the big scary dude. Is it? Okay, I'm scared now. I'm scared. I'm more scared in this game than I am in Elden Ring. And I'm filled with fear in Elden Ring because I always die. Oh my god. Yeah, I have like a quick procedure tomorrow, so I am exhausted. I have to like get ready tomorrow, and it's an early one too, for me at least. So I'm gonna have no sleep tonight. I swear, I'm gonna go to bed at like, I don't know, midnight or something. And I'm just gonna sleep for as long as I can. But hopefully I I don't have another one until next month, so that's good. I have a little bit of time then. Soon. What else do we have here? Nothing? Okay, just a save point. And now I'm in an office building? Or a house? Is this like all a hallucination? I feel like, because this has like the, my god, the, whatchamacallit, this thing. Light switch, there we go. That's more advanced than the prison, yet it's further underneath it. So what? One of these doors has gotta open. I really want a map. Oh god, it's a quick save? Oh no. What's that? A man later identified as Thomas Lumberjack, age 39, was discovered in the something. Probable cause of death was multiple stab wounds to the front of the neck and the left side of the torso by a sharp-edged weapon. Estimated time of death was somewhere between 11 p.m. and 12:30 midnight. Due to signs of struggle in the room and the lack of murder weapon, the police are considering this a homicide and have opened a murder investigation. Furthermore, given the fact that the cash in the room was untouched and Mr. or something had a history of drunkenness and violence, the police detect that the motive was not a robbery, but instead a crime of passion. Okay. Daddy, please, no. What? Angela? Oh, wait, is that the door that opens? Wait, is her dad the dude? Did she kill him? Oh. Maybe Angela killed him. Oh, big brain. Yeah, I'm in like some weird place right now. 21 health drinks. Okay, more shotgun shells. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, Lindsay's playing Marvel. Can we open this?
Please.
Angela?
I'll be good, I promise.
I can't hear their voices either, so I'm just where you guys are.
Tell him
For some reason,
I'll be
OBS.
Good, please.
Oh, I think you guys can hear it.
Angela? Angela, it's me.
No,
Hello, me.
please.
Who's behind me? Who's behind me, Angela? Who's
Daddy!
behind me? Oh! Wait, what? What the fuck? His pizza box is better than mine, apparently. That's not pizza box. What the hell is that thing? What? What the hell? What is this? Do I run? Do I run? I think I just run. I'm just gonna run. What? Oh! I don't know where I'm going. I'm going in circles. I can hear him behind me. Does this door open? Please say it opens. It doesn't open! It doesn't open! Okay, so maybe he's going into corners and he's like knocking stuff around and that'll help me escape? Maybe? Maybe, okay, he opened something else up. Okay. Why can't I hear him? Oh, there we go, I can hear him now. I don't want to look behind me. I don't want to look behind me. I don't want to look behind me. Do I just do this forever? Am I supposed to be, like, luring him? Oh! Around the corner! He waited for me! Oh my god, oh my god. I outran him. I outran him! Maybe I should have been looking behind me. Oh! Oh! Oh no! Oh no! 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 Ah! What the hell? What? What? No! 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 Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Let me... I can't run very fast! Whew. I got no clue what to do. Is this door open again? It does not. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Where am I supposed to be running? Where am I supposed to be running? Or do I just do this for a while? Because I've got no idea. I have got no idea. Ooh, he's there! He's there! Just keep running! Why do I feel like he's over there? I think he is, yeah. Oop. Yeah, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Should I look this up? I feel like I'm missing something. I should be like making him run into a wall or something, but I just do not know. Oh! He's there, he's there! Ring around the rosy. Yeah, I'm definitely missing something. What is this guy even called? Like, door dude? Okay. This opened up a little bit more, I think. Going this way? Oh, nope. He sees me, he sees me! Oh, come on! He barely saw me. Go! Go! Run! Run for your life! Okay, one more run around, and then if he still doesn't do anything, you know, yeah, I'm gonna take a look at this. I'm gonna take a look, because I got no clue what to do here. Don't worry about me, don't worry what I'm doing right now. Google is just wonderful. Is it the labyrinth? I think it's the labyrinth. Abstract Daddy. Oh my god. We mentioned this to establish that we did not come up with that name. Wonderful. Thank you, IGN. Okay. So okay. Okay. I think I got it. So I need to shoot it once it gets to the open area. And then run! Ooh. I was reloading my shotgun. Okay. Just wait for the more open area. Where is he gonna come from? There he is. Ooh. Now let's go to this. Okay, reload. Did I get it? No, I did not get it. Run away. Okay. I can't believe it's actually called the Abstract Daddy. Oh, dodge! Oh, I missed. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, hydration! Run! Oh my god. Did I win? I won! Yes, I won! Whew! Okay. It's hydration time. We won against the Abstract Daddy. I love that name so much. Oh my god, I love it. Whoever came up with that, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of society. Okay, so now... Oh, gotta chase her? There's probably gonna be more scary things. What's this? Okay. Oh, wait, I want to see if there was anything on the other side that I can steal. I can't. Oh! The hell? I don't like this. I do not like this place. I would like to leave. Just keep running. Why is my light going out? Don't let my light go out. No. Come back! Whatever your name was, I keep forgetting. What's your name? No thank you. No thank you. What the hell is this? Whatever monster is out there, I do not want to deal with. I already had a boss fight-ish. I don't know if that's considered a boss fight. I consider it a boss fight because it made me scared. Do I have to fight the Abstract Daddy again? I thought I won. Look it.
Makes you sick.
No. Oh, whoops. What the hell? Oh, the Abstract Daddy's back. Oh, fuck no. I'm in the void? Where am I? Who am I? Oh my god. I can't, wait. My ear itched so much. So much that entire time, and I'm like, we can't do anything. So the Abstract Daddy is not dead. That's fun. Okay. What if we run? Oh, this is a dead end. But wasn't this where, what was her name, Amanda went or something? Maybe? Is he out there? I don't know what to do. Do I kill him again? Wait, okay, let me see, because I'm like very confused right now. One second. Bum, bum. Okay. Oh. Oh. So we are supposed to hurt him. Okay, okay, okay. So apparently running and hiding is not what I want to do. Wait, what? What do I have? Oh, okay, wait. Let's do this. Let's do this. Where is he? Abstract Daddy? Oh shit, no. He angy. Okay, I'm supposed to dodge him. Okay. And then fuck him up. Dodge. 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 Just continuously dodge. Okay, he's kind of like a turtle. A weird inverted turtle. Okay. I know, I feel like that would work a lot better. So what door opened then? Was it this door? No. Oh, not that door. So we killed Abstract Daddy again. How many times do we have to kill this dude? How many times? I guess we're not killing him. We're just, stopping him a little bit. It's okay. Oh no, this door opens and God, he's probably still alive. Oh God. The hell kind of place is this? The hell kind of home is this? No, these are some nice pieces of furniture, actually. Some nice pieces of furniture. Simple, but yeah, I like them. Oh no. Come save me. Run away, I'm trying. Nothing's here. Fuck you. Oh God, don't hurt me. Oh no. Not good. Not good at all. Not good. Oh God. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. It's your destiny. King me? What? Are you guys playing chess? Checkers? Don't exactly know what's happening. Oh good, autosave. Oh God, autosave. What did I just open? What? There's so much confusion in me right now. So much confusion. Huh? Oh, this way. There we go. I'm like, what puzzle is this? Are the walls... Did the walls have a heartbeat? Did the walls have a heartbeat? Oh God, it's an open area. This is a boss fight. This is a boss fight. No, thank you, Abstract Daddy. Oh God, there's a lot of sound. Just keep dodging, just keep dodging. Just do the same thing I was doing before. Just dodge. Dodge. I wish they had a health bar. Like I could do for an Elden Ring health bar. Okay. I believe. We're just gonna do this like 200 times. Never mind, never mind. Wait, so that's the boss? That was an easy boss. Maybe turning my combat mechanics down to easy really did help.
Angela,
Oh, Angela, that's her name.
it's okay. Calm down.
No, we got the flamethrower. We gotta get the flamethrower.
It's okay. It's over.
It's okay, Angela.
Don't even
Hand me the
try.
flamethrower.
Try what?
Like you don't know?
I can't see anything.
I see what you're doing.
What are we doing? Yeah,
always
she's
the same with you.
strong.
You're
Picking
only
up that
after
TV
one
and
thing.
slamming it, those older TVs are heavy as
Angela,
hell.
Please.
You don't have to lie. Go ahead. Say it. Or you could just force me.
Aww. I'm
you
very
always
happy we
did.
killed him now. I'm very, very happy.
You disgusting pig.
It's okay, Angela. He's died like 7 times at this point.
I hate you.
Aww.
I hate
We like Angela now. Before we were on the fence about her, but now we believe in her.
Angela. I don't know who you think I am.
I'm a guy with a pizza
hurt
box
you.
pyramid head.
I just want to get my Mary back.
I just want to get
Your
my dead wife
Mary.
back.
your own little Mary.
Yeah, your Mary was not the right thing here. Instead of saying my wife,
She
your
was.
Mary.
For a while.
For a while.
What?
Admit it.
What?
You didn't want her around anymore.
What? Why? Was that true?
No.
You probably found someone else.
No.
Is this true, James? I'm very disappointed if this is true. So disappointed.
I need to find my mama.
Oh, Angela. Oh, Angela. Aww. Aww. It's okay, James.
I never.
Did he? I feel like there's some guilt there. I feel like there's some guilt. Defeat the abstract daddy. I love that achievement. That is the best achievement I have ever had in my life. I love it. Look at this. Okay, that's kind of disgusting. We're gonna leave. I don't know where to go. They won't give me a map, so I guess we're doing the no map challenge right now. Nothing. Abstract Daddy, I know. That name is just perfect. This is the way I came in. There is no way to leave from this way. Maybe there is? Maybe? Maybe? Okay, so we're just going through horrible old place. Look at what's in the air. I still don't understand. Oh, I have a map now. Labyrinth center map. Oh god, it's a maze. Guys, this is, oh my god, what is this? What fresh hell is this? Is this a door? Is this a door? Oh, save. I'm somehow in a labyrinth now. How the hell did I get here? I have no clue. But why not? Why not? Why not say that I'm in a labyrinth? This is fine. It's all fine. Override. Okay, 4 saves. So, if anything happens to the game, we should have 4 chances. We should be okay. Like, when it wasn't working last week, I was so thankful for all the saves because I'm like, at least one of them has to survive. All of them did. I kind of want to jump into this. Oh, they don't let me. Oh, wait, it's hurting me. Oh, okay. Never mind. Oof. Do not jump into the tendrils of the other world. Learned my lesson. That felt like some like Skyrim shit almost. Jump? Oh, it's just stairway. I wanted to jump down something again and go wee. Thank you so much for the follow.
Eric 2000.
Oh my god. I want a recording of that. Maybe I'll get a recording of that so anytime anyone follows, it just goes,
Maria!
wait,
I thought
Maria?
that thing killed you. Are
Wait,
you
Maria's
hurt?
not dead?
Not
Maria's
at all,
dead.
Silly.
But the it stabbed you. There was blood everywhere.
Yeah, you were dead as hell.
Stabbed me? What do you mean?
It's the labyrinth. It's fake. She's fake.
What are you talking about?
She's not real James.
Just before.
She's not real.
James? Honey?
Did something
did
happen
something
to
happen
you?
After we got separated in that long hallway? Are
This
you
isn't
confusing
this
me
isn't
with
Maria.
someone else?
Or is this Mary?
You're always so forgetful.
Remember that time in the hotel? Okay, this is Maria.
Maria?
That was like
You said
2
we
days
took
ago.
Everything. But you forgot that videotape we made.
What?
I wonder if it's still there.
What do you mean? What happened? I have no memory
How
of
do you
this.
know about that?
Oh, Mary.
Aren't you Maria?
I'm not your Mary.
Oh. It's a
So
different
you are
time.
Maria.
I am.
If you want me to
If you
be
want me to be.
All I
shapeshifter.
want from you is an answer.
Shapeshifter. Elden Ring gonna go crazy? Yeah, everything's
Doesn't
like
matter who I am.
straightforward in Elden Ring compared to this place. Bum.
I am
Who
here
are you?
For you, James.
Who are you? You're not Maria, you're not Mary.
See,
Ah yes, pizza
I'm
box.
real.
It's all a hallucination. What if he's just like lying on a street somewhere, just like hallucinating all of this? Oh, I'd be so angry if that's what happened. I'd be so
I don't
angry.
know.
Well, if you happen to make up your
I
mind,
can't see anything with the pizza box. I can't see shit. But I'm not taking it off. Never ever.
I'll be waiting.
Yeah, he's just like freaking out on the sidewalk, and it's like that's the entire game. I'd be so pissed off. I'd be like, none of this was real. This is bullshit.
I'll find some way to.
Don't free her. Don't free her.
I'll come back, I promise.
Don't come back. It's a fake. She's not Maria. She's back? Oh, yeah. No. Complete fake. Complete fake. There's something wrong there. We're in a labyrinth and Maria just shows up. Can I go back in the room? Hey, sup, girl? Wait, why is there an IV bag? Yeah, nope. We're getting the hell out of there. I'm not going anywhere near her. Okay, Maria. So I have to keep using my map, I guess, to fill it in. I know, it's like, oh, this is new. It's what, like 50, 60 hours or something? It's a long-ass game. Yeah. It's a long-ass game. Plus, I'm definitely not rushing through it. I'm like running around in circles going, oh, what's over here? What is this? Oh my god, this is so cool. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so cool. I have no clue what this does, but it seems neat, okay? Whoa, this is freaky, guys. It's a Rubik's Cube. Okay, I just randomly did shit, but it worked. Oh yeah, this is complete. The puzzles are getting more, not necessarily intricate, they're getting more like wacky. Like, what is this? This is freaking me out. I'm gonna have such a bad headache after this. Just looking at that cube and watching it like rotate all around, I'm like, whoa. I should get high and play this game. Actually, that's a bad idea. I'd probably Be like having a bad trip, just freaking out over all the things that are attacking me. It's not the best idea. But the puzzles, it'd be really fun for the puzzles. Okay, so downstairs there's nothing. Can we get over here? Nope. So what is this? Who are we? Where am I? I know, yeah, it would be, the puzzles, it'd be really, really fun. But anything but the puzzles, it'd be horrible. Okay. So on this face, okay, what? The face where that little thing goes out, let's see if we can still move this. Yeah. 4, okay, so that's that. So now let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. This is a new floor? Oh, this is the same one, what? What? I'm so confused. Oh my god. I think I understand. Ish. Okay, so this one is that. Oh, this is a new one. This is a new one. I figured something out. Don't know what I figured out, but I got it. Oh, this door. We can get to this door now. Yes. Yes. Okay, this labyrinth. If there's no jump scares, this would be like the coolest thing ever. But I'm terrified that there's gonna be a big jump scare. And I'm gonna like throw my coffee across the room. Actually, maybe it's good Rusty's not on my lap, because if I get scared, he'll probably go flying. He'll go crazy. Okay, 1. Ooh, it's the bugs, and they saved. Rotten area map. Ooh. Ew, oh my god, oh my god. I feel like I can hear them like crunching under my feet. I know I can't, but... What was that? Oh, this, okay. There we go. I thought I heard like a goopy sound, and I'm like, fuck this, we're done. Huh, okay, interesting. Do we want to get this thing down? No items. Okay, we need to find a saw. Why can't we just like gnaw through it? Oh god, it's a save point. It's a save point. Oh god. So close I could take it. Okay, 9 minutes, that's good, that's good. I wish to override. Do that, and okay, so we need to find something to cut through a rope. Ew! Okay, suspended cage, that's where we came from. So we'll go this way. Oh god, this is so gross. I could really do without the bugs. I could really do without the bugs. What am I hearing? Oh god. What's here? What's here? What the fuck is that? What? No. Oh, it's one of these things. It's one of these things. Oh shit, just run. How did we defeat them last time? Oh yeah, we just ran through them. That's right, I remember this now. Follow the blood trail. We gotta just keep moving. We gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. Doorway, doorway. Oh. Oh god, oh god. Yep, that's horrible. That's just horrible. Yeah, let's go to a place where there's no bugs and cage monsters. Okay, we don't have a key for that, so we need a key. We need like a saw or something. Let's see, can we find anything in here? This is a cool little thing too. I like that. I mean, what do you keep in this? Like jewelry, socks? I don't know. Maybe it's just like a utility thing. Okay, so we're going back to a cage place. Let's run, guys. Let's just map it all out, and then we can create a plan. Oh god, I hear them. Dodge, go. I don't care. Crawl, 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 James! Oh, fuck. I can't do anything there. Just keep running, just keep running. Just keep running. Oh shit, okay. This is a dead end. This is a dead end. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a weird ass game. Oh, solid ground. Oh god, but something else is here. What else is here? Oh, it's just a goo. It's just a goo monster. Ow! That was mean. Dodge. Can you not bristle? Oh, we gotta back off. Okay, let's take a look at this. What did we get from here? So this is where we're supposed to go. We might be able to go left. But I don't know about that yet. I know, it's crazy. That's the fastest this dude runs. It's like just slowly running around like that. I'm like, James, come on. Your life is in danger. And he's like, okay, of course you're gonna do that. He has a little stormtrooper run almost. It's adorable, but frustrating. Like in those situations where it's like, you just have to run really fast. And I'm like, there's no way to run really fast. What do I hear? I hit the wrong thing. Life or death? Oh, it's barely a jog. It's like almost a skip. It's like skipping around here. Like, you know what? I guess you're just, having a fun time. See, I'd be the one that runs like really, really fast for about 5 seconds, and then I get killed because I ran too fast, and I was like, oops. Whoops, I guess I was supposed to save my energy. Oopsies. Let's use a syringe to get all of this. There we go. I'd be that person. I'd outrun everyone for 5 seconds, and then everyone would catch up, and I'd be the one behind. Yeah, just power walk everywhere. Like, just because we're in danger doesn't mean that we have to be, all uncivilized. We can walk everywhere, no running in the hallways. Like, yeah, just like put a syringe on me. Let's hope that the syringe is safe. It's fine. What even is it? It just magically makes me... Oh, that's where I'm supposed to put it. It just magically makes me not sick. Like, can I have one of those syringes? I would love one of those syringes. Yeah, I keep calling them like health potions, and it's like, you mean the health drinks? Yeah, the health potions, yeah. Need another potion. E? Let's go down. Where am I? There we go. Okay, do I hear bugs around here, or is it something else? Let's see, what do we have? Oh! A thing! I don't want to open that. Wait, let's look in the room before I open that. I feel like there's a bad thing in there. I feel like there's a very bad thing in there. Oh, we gotta open it. Wait, ammo, wonderful. Reload that. We can reload the rifle. Only 4 shots in the rifle? God damn. That's a really unsuspicious... Oh yeah, nothing in here. Nothing in here. Everything's fine. Haha! Oh my god, it's goo. Guys, we found the goo. We found the source of all of the goo. Ah. Oh my god, I'm like actually a little bit nauseous seeing that. That's so gross. Don't step in it! You idiot! You're touching it? I think it was like acid. What did I get? That oil? I'm supposed to light it on fire. Yes! Lighter fuel. Okay, and then we need like a match or something to light it on fire. And instead of having a saw, we're just gonna light everything up. Yeah. Is this door open? No, it does not. Okay, so before we go out into the scary area... wait, what? Oh, there's more to this area? Oh, I know where this is! I know where this is! I'll have to take like a look to see if it's actually what I'm thinking of, but yeah, it's that place. Okay. So if we go out that way, then we'll take a left and then go straight ahead. Otherwise, we'll run the opposite way and hope that they don't catch up to me. Yeah, it's like goo and lighter fluid. This makes sense. Run! So then, straight left. Move James! Move James! Move James! Move James! Oh god, another door. It's closed! Oh no! No, 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 no. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Dodge, dodge, bitch, dodge. No! No! I'm just continuously dodging, it's fine. Oh, thank god. Solid ground. Solid ground. So, okay, that way is a dead end. Good to know. Good to know. Where else do we have? So if we go back this way, the south gate is the only thing that we have to look for. Bum, bum, bum. So, lighter gas. Use? Oh, we have to maybe combine? We don't have anything else to combine with it yet. Okay, let's save as well. I want to save again. I want to save again. I'm going back to saving like every 5 minutes, but it's fine. And I also have, wait. Do this. And then let me just take a moment. Let me see. Ba-bam. Okay, we have that one, and let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting that the Super Bowl's on. People are talking about the halftime show and stuff in my chat in Discord, and it's like, I have no clue. Okay, wait. Let's take another little peek at this. So if we go straight, and then it'll be on my left that I have to run. Straight. Ah, left. Shit, there's nowhere left. There's nowhere left. There's nowhere left. There's nowhere left. Okay, I dodged it. I dodged a bullet. I think there was something else here. Yeah. Doors? Oh, thank God. Okay. Nice to know. What do I hear? Something. I hear someone walking around. Who is walking around in my house? This is now my house, guys. Just this entire thing. The entire labyrinth is just my house. Let's see. Oh, you're in my house. Leave my house. Leave me alone. Who is this that attacked me in my own home? I cannot believe it. Wasn't this on the other wall? What? Oh no, I'm thinking of that room. I'm like, did all this just change immediately? But no. It's not that freaky in here. It's just pretty freaky. Oh dear. Oh dear. This, what the hell happened in here? I don't want this to be my house anymore. Oh, there's goo. Oh my god, I can't even like drink my coffee right now because that just like grosses me out. The texture of it. Ugh. I can never use slime ever again. Never, ever, ever again. Search. What did I get? Did I get a box of matches or a lighter? Yes, matches. Oh, lighter wick. I think that works. See. So we got this. Oh, I can go that way. Okay, so let's take a look. What, we go in here and then this way. So what is over here then? Oh, I can go right. Okay. Uh-oh. They're like right outside this door. They're right outside this door. Yeah, how do I... They're spawn camping me! They're spawn camping me! Ow, fuck! I didn't know that they could get me in here. Run! Run very slowly! Ah. Just keep dodging, just keep dodging. Just continuously dodge. There we go, just continuously dodge. It works, it works. Not the most grace. Oh, person, get out of your map. It's a goo. Back off. Okay, now we can look at the map. So let's go straight and see this. Hack and slash at this point, yeah. It's just something. Outside, I'm like, just run. Wait, what is this? Oh, it's this place. Oh, it's that place. I know that place. Okay, that's good.
The hell?
What is this? Is it a baby? Oh god, responsibility. Oh, it's a nurse, it's a nurse, it's a nurse. How did I miss? There we go. There we go. I missed with a giant ass shotgun. Of course I did. Ah, it's a key. Iron key. Okay, so was there a locked door somewhere? Just a suspended cage. Okay. What else is in here? Anything? I don't think so. I think we're good here. Wait, I saw something. Right? Oh yeah, there we go. Anything? Bullets? Always good with that. So this is the door that I opened. Okay, and if I run just straight, that's good. Is there at the other side? Ah, I can't run straight. There we go. Just dodge, just dodge, just dodge. Oh, I couldn't dodge that. Dodge! Woo! Just keep dodging, just keep dodging. Just keep dodging. There we go, there we go. I know it slows me down, but it's fine, it's fine. Oh, I have to combine stuff. Combine. Oh, I need 3 things? Oh. So... Maybe I missed something in that room? Or... Oh, I have to go out this door. So this door, and then if we go so straight, and then take a right. First right. We haven't been in this area. Ah, nothing. So where else can we go in the labyrinth? Okay, it looks like... Oh, I can't tell if that's... I don't think that's a door. I think that's just how it's sketched out. If we go through the west door, like the west door, and then go right, it almost looks like a door there.
996,997,991
But I can't tell. I guess we'll have to see it.
Just redeemed hydrate.
So yeah, let's go back through this place. Then we'll go with the west door, which is the right one over where I'm going to be coming through. And then we take a right. Run and dodge! Run and dodge! Run and dodge! It is not a door! It is not a door. I don't know where I am. Oh god, I can see the bugs. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Just keep dodging, just keep dodging. Okay, so we were wrong about that. We were definitely wrong about that. Oh, let's see. Another save. Definitely another save. So I'm missing something here. Let's see. We'll look at our map again. I didn't see any question marks, but maybe there's another area that I just haven't found yet. So yeah, that big room where the nurses were, that's suspicious. I feel like there's more in there that I missed. Or if I go through the east door and then go to the right, Yeah, let's try that. East door to the right, and then we'll look in those rooms again. So east door would be this one. The left of the big coffin. And then we go right. And then left. He's spawn camping me! He's spawn camping me! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Just dodge, just keep dodging, just keep dodging. Life is fine. E! Poof. Poof, okay. So we did get something from this room on the left, but in the right over here, oh, we can't get up here from this room. Ooh. I have to go all the way around. So yeah, that looks like there's something there that we haven't. It's suspiciously empty. Very suspicious. Oh, come on, you can't do that to me right now. I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life. Oh, come on, I dodged that. Hey, just run. You know, actually, yeah, left. Oh, we didn't plan out our route. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Just keep dodging, just keep dodging. Is this where we wanted to go? This is not where we wanted to go. Okay, then it should be this one. Yeah, this is the place. Let me in. Whew, okay. Whew. Okay, this is the area. So let's see. This is nothing. Has to be something in here that I'm missing. Oh wait, no, we don't want that. We don't want that. Go away. No. I want to get down. I want to get down. How do I get down? How do I? No! Ah, okay, we're doing this again. Let's go, guys. Second attempt. Oh, I gotta remember it's the first left? Yeah, once I hear the monsters come up, then I'll start dodging. There we go. Dodge! 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 Dodge the sound, somehow. Okay, so do not press E. Do not press E in this room. So yeah, this area over here, I feel like we missed something. We got the health pack from that. Is there anything else here? Nothing there. We opened that. Got healing from that. This place right here. This is suspicious. I guess it's only supposed to be for an ambush? So in that case... Wait. Can we, like, push this or something? Nothing. In that case, maybe we do go back to the nurse's station. Okay, so if we go out this door, we take a left, and then a right, and then a left, and then just follow that. Okay. Left, right, left, follow. Left, right, left, follow. We got this. Oh! Left? Fuck, was this the left? Oh god, I don't know anymore. I think right. Okay, and then when we come out here, we're gonna take a left, and then just follow this. This seems right. Yeah, this is the right place. Whew. Okay, this is where the nurse's office place is. I definitely think we missed something here. So what did we find? We only found, like, what was it? Was it health or something? It wasn't a quest item. Or, ooh, definitely missed this one, though. Damn, yeah. Anything else? No, really nothing. What's this? Anything? Nope. Ah, okay, so I am missing one item. But where? Where is the item? I don't know. Oh my god, I have a key. That door, holy shit. I got the key, I got it. So how do we get out of here? Go out here, take a right, and then we follow it, and then go straight. Okay, just a right and then straight. Right and then straight. We got this. So right, and then we just follow this straight. There, I can see where we're supposed to go. Oh, oh god, oh god. Okay, just keep dodging, There we go. And then over here, there should be a locked door that we do have the key for now. And then this is where we get the third object. Okay, nice. Ew, water. Ew, search. Ooh, it's hot. It's boiling? Oh god, what do we do now? Do we need like a glove? Maybe we need a pair of like thick leather gloves, or we have to turn the water off. That could be it. Just this and Batman, we're always in the sewers trying to turn off water to somewhere. Always, always. Turn! Turn! Oh god. The bugs. So that did something. Okay, yeah. It overloaded it? I have no clue. We're just gonna say it's something good. Or maybe it's gonna like push the water over the edge so we can get it. A lighter! A broken lighter. Okay, but that's fine. We can do this. That is a-okay. Do we go this way? Yes, we do. So now I can combine the items. I can combine all the items. Inventory, combine 1, 2, and 3. Now an actual lighter. Let's go. Hope we can save it. Hope they don't just like take it away from me. So it would definitely be like, you know, be useful. To be really useful, we can make a flamethrower. We can make one. Oh crap, did I just make another save? I did. We're gonna have 5 saves now. Whoopsies. We're gonna be really, really safe with the saves. Can I like delete 1 or 2 of these? I don't think they let me. Nope, they don't. That's fine. Use the lighter. And it works perfectly. But how damp it is down here, I'm surprised that it's actually on fire. I'm surprised. And again, yeah, let's start a fire. That's a good thing. Oh, there's blood dripping from that. This is not good. What's in there? It's gonna be Maria? Oh. Or maybe we just wanted to get through to the next floor. That works too. What's gonna jump out? Nothing? Are we sure? Yay! We can jump in the hole again! Wait for it, guys. Wait for it. E! I wanna jump! Why won't you let me jump? I wanna jump. Easy now. Wait for it. Come on, I can't hold my breath for this long. Just the small things that bring me joy. It's wonderful. Just the small things. Okay, so now we're down here in another labyrinth. Do we have a map? Oh. So how did that help us then? Oh, we're behind this door that was locked. How did this help us? Oh, there's a seam in the wall right here. Oh, never mind, there's not. So... okay, I guess this is good. Maybe it changed the cube? Maybe? Okay, wait, this is the one... this is the one that... no, we have not been in yet. Have we? No, we have not. Maybe we have. I don't know. It all looks the same but different. It all looks the same but different. More light. Oh my god, yeah. I'm like, I cannot see anything. I can see nothing. I can see maybe like 2 inches in front of my face, and that's it. Okay, this one doesn't do anything. Isn't that the Satanic Cross? I swear to God, that's a Satanic Cross. So that one we've been to. It doesn't have anything. Okay. Do that. Oh, this is a new one, it looks like. Wait, no, this is the one that... What? What? Guys, I'm so confused. There's stairs that are not supposed to be here. Okay, I don't think this one does anything. Does it? My mind is like so confused right now. Holy crap. Yeah, this is definitely a labyrinth. And this is another one? But this just puts me on the same floor. Oh, but maybe the little, maybe there's like an exit that wasn't there before. Oh yeah, that one. This one? Ooh, things. Ooh, things. Okay, so this was just to get a couple of items. Got some ammo. Do we have anything else that I can poke into? I don't believe so, but let's take a look down here. Just singing a little song as I run around a weird labyrinth cube. Okay, I don't see anything else here. Let's go back out. And I think I'm using, what, up or down? I think I'm using the down key. I guess we'll figure it out. Maybe I should be writing down these symbols. That just looks like scratches. Okay. We will figure it out. Okay. Just scratches. Wait. Oh, you know, I was never very good at Rubik's Cubes. I think we've been to this one before. Have we? We gotta start writing down these symbols. Yeah, we gotta write down the symbols. So that goes nowhere. Follow me. Yep, it's time to start writing shit down. Where is my thing? Okay. This is my Silent Hill note. There we are. I know, this is just insane. All of this is insane. Oh. Fuzz. Yep, and that's from the blanket. I swear to God, I have fuzz everywhere. Between the fuzz and the cat hair, it's just crazy here. Okay, so we've gone to this one, the triangle check mark. Gone to... oh, that one, which is the... that. Gone to that one. Oh, it says it on here. We've gone to the scratch marks. Okay, so now that weird scratch mark. Upside down triangle. Nope. Go up. Gone to that one. Okay. Nope, no, we're gonna go up. Okay, so this is the sideways scratchy marks. How do we... I don't know if we've been in here yet. Let's go and check. At least there's, like, no scary things in here, because they would just be, like, going all over. They'd be dead pretty quick. Okay, nothing there. What? Why can't I move? Oh, I keep getting stuck on those corners. It's crazy. I cannot see anything in here. So when I get stuck, it's very bad. Okay, that's the exit. Can't do anything here. Doorway goes to nowhere. Okay, we've done the sideways scratchy marks. And now, what else do we have? What is this? Circle scratchy marks? I wish they would give me like actual marks, because the other ones I can write down, but this one is it's just different scratchy things. Oh, what is this? What is this? Oh, we have been here. Okay. So yeah, we're good on this one. And what's there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different areas, and we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's like one more that I haven't been able to get. That one's locked. Is that sideways scratchy? Yes, okay, that's sideways scratchy. My god, it is. I have like a headache from this, and we've already been to this one. So then we tried that. That's down triangle. Yeah. That's circle scratchy. That's sideways scratchy. Oh god, my mind hurts. That's... Huh? Okay, so maybe we just did it very quick. So we're gonna save this here. My god, I just keep adding more saves by accident. I can't, guys. So we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and it makes sense because one of them is locked. Okay, so that kind of does make sense. Let me see. What it was you? See that? There we go. 10:04 to 10:14. May as well keep all the saves. Why not? And hopefully we won't add any more. Hopefully. If we start adding more by accident, we'll just stick to like whatever we can't scroll through. Okay, so these things are still here. Strange wall. If we go this way, so I think the Rubik's Cube thing has basically been used. I don't really know. This is where I came in, I think. Did I miss something back here? Yeah, this is where I came in. I know, at least he's like right over there, so he's just taking a nap. Yeah, this headache is damn. Damn. Yeah, he's laying, so we have this pillow that it's supposed to help your neck and stuff because it has a dip in the middle of it. So your like ear and your head goes in there, so your neck is straight, not like at an angle. But we don't use it. He just loves it because he fits right in the middle of it, and it's so adorable. It is so adorable. Let's see. Run! This doesn't do anything. Okay. Okay, well. We are very confused. We came out of that door. What about this way? This is where Maria is. Maybe we have to go just talk to Maria. Things I've lost on you. 'Cause otherwise, I don't really know what else to do in this area. Okay. Can I shoot her? I can't shoot her? Come on. Okay, I don't know. She's just living her life right there. Most people buy for flying. Oh, no. It's like a full pillow. It's just supposed to give you like different neck support and everything. Honestly, it kind of like hurts my neck. It kind of hurts my neck, so that's fine. Wait. Okay, yeah, no, we have a save right there. I don't know exactly what to do right here. So, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, guys. That's crazy. We are going to, I'm gonna pop in, see if Lindsay is on Valorant or Marvel Rivals. I might do like one game or something just to calm down. Actually, let me see on Steam what she's on. Hourglass 2. Okay, Lindsay's on Marvel Rivals, so we'll pop over there on... Oh, I wish you would tell me if she was playing comp. Because if she's playing comp, I'll go to my other account. May as well go to my other account now. Everything is lost on you. I want to go through the secret wall. I want to go through the secret wall so bad. I'm like, oh my god, it's amazing. The forbidden wall of tentacles. Ah. Like, yes, I wish to go to the forbidden wall, but they won't let me. They won't let me. Just call her on Steam and ask. Wait. I mean, she's on here right now, so. And if she's not playing comp, then I can just, you know, play on this account too. It's no big deal. It's not like Valorant where you have to have other characters unlocked and stuff. Or. Oh, wait, what did I just click? Okay, there we go. Play library on. Oh god, no. After that, oh my god. I'd be over here like crying in a corner. It's like, oh, is the game so scary? I'm like, no, it's the library. I'm scared of the library. I'm scared of libraries and nurses now. Everyone's gonna think I'm just like absolutely mental. Let's see, Marvel. There we go. It's like, oh, what are your fears? Libraries and nurses. It's like, yep, that's about right. Okay, I can do that. Okay, skip. I did it once. Let me see if she's doing this, or maybe she wants to go on Val. I'm not sure. Wee-hee! Score girl! Hello, Yeet Master. Hello. I'm gonna go in. I'll go in the rivals chat. Oh god, my thing's not working. Ah! It's doing the thing again. Not Among Us. There we go. I got it eventually. We got it eventually. What do I hear? Wait, Discord, properties. There we go. Okay, it's so weird. It is so weird, like, it just keeps flashing like this if I go onto a different, whatchamacallit, thingy. Yeah, there we go, words. If I go onto a different, holy shit, why can't I think of words tonight? Different tab, there we go. We got the spirit. Down. Oh my god, ODST was amazing, yeah. Staying up for the Super Bowl? Oof. I don't even know who's winning right now. Like, I have no idea who's winning. Last time it was not my team. Wait, is it Kansas City? If Kansas City won, I'll be very excited. Oh, whoops. Oh, wait. Oh, she's in chat. That's why. Oh my god. Why can't I spell? Caricature of intimacy. Side. What a wonderful caricature of intimacy. And let's see. Why do I not have any? There we go. We got it. The flashing. There we go, the flashing. I gotta get back up to silver 1 so I can play. I'm trying to stay in the middle of everyone so I can play with everyone that I have on here. But it is just hilarious because one account gets a little bit too high, I lose a couple of games to stay lower, and then now I'm at silver 2 and we're at the edge. So if Lindsay gets up to gold 1, then, oh, it's just gold 1 that does that, okay. That's right. So any gold except for gold 1, then I have to be silver 1. But I have to stay lower. Actually, no, I could play a couple of comp games on this, get it up to gold 3. Yeah, I could do that. Taylor Swift's boyfriend? Yeah, Kelsey. He's on Kansas City. Yes. We appreciate them. Oh yeah, it's all just TikTok. It's all just TikTok.
Eat nuts and
Caricature. Intimacy. Oh, wait, let's go. Wait, team match. How do I even, like... I don't even know how to DM someone on here. I have no clue how. Raindrops on roses, or maybe just in chat? I don't know. I don't know. I love this startup. I love it. Whee! Oh, maybe I should have played Moon Knight. Nah. Maybe I'll switch to Moon Knight when we get into the open area. Yeah, the open area will do that, and maybe if they have like an Iron Man or Spider-Man, I'll switch to Moon Knight, but otherwise we're gonna stay with Doreen Green. In football or ice hockey now? Yeah, I used to watch a lot more football, and I watched like a little bit of soccer and tennis and stuff, but I'm just like, it was always on like Saturday and Sunday when I had stream, so I would just like not watch it. I'm like, whatever. I missed it. Roses and girls and oh, did not mean to do that. Oh, they have an Iron Man. They have an Iron Man. Ah! Come on, Hela. Come on, Hela's won. I am not supposed to be frontlining. I'm a backline fixer. Oh! Oh! No! No! Okay, we might go Moon Knight. Do we want to wait for this? Yeah. Let's go Moon Knight.
I'm the Fist of Khonshu, protector of the overnight travelers.
Okay, but still, okay, that's good for 2 minutes or so. Who did we get? Oh, Weasel's dead! Yeah, I mainly do it because it was like, I would just like, I would sit there with like friends and stuff and we would just drink and watch it. Oof. Oh, friends! Friends!
Thanks. Surrender your strength.
Isn't he in there? Oh, he's not. He's not. I just wasted that. Ow! Rocket! Stop, stay in touch. Bucky really does need to focus that.
There's still a chance to stop them. Better stop that vehicle. So cold.
Yeah, Bucky needs to go for Iron Man.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop.
Oh, did they just kill that? No. Oh, assemble America!
Surrender your strength. The wounds are gone.
By the Iron Agamotto.
Did I get it? Did I get it? Oh! I did get my ult off! I got my ult off though, holy shit! I did not think I got it. Did not think I... oh my god.
Back again? Great.
So, please don't stay in touch. I only got one from it, but still, that was good. That was a good play. Samuel L. Jackson, I heard that. My Discord friends were all talking about it and stuff. I kind of wish that I'd seen that. I kind of wish that I had seen that, dude. Miss him. You, fuck you.
Time to drain.
Don't worry, I protect my healers. I protect my healers.
Thanks. Vengeance is served.
There we go. Okay, America's won.
This is real firepower!
Time to drain.
Whee!
How many gods are there?
Why did we double that? Why did we double that? Okay, you know, that works. You fuck you very, very much.
You need their power.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. That works. That works.
You're welcome.
You
I'm opening a portal.
very, very much. There's gonna be a portal.
Pentagram of
Portal behind us.
Track this enemy.
Someone scratch my
Time to drain.
No, I was going for the bubble. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Oh, okay, I should have ulted that. I should have ulted that. I should have ulted that.
Back where I started, ready for some
Okay,
sweet
so
vengeance.
if we can use... Oh, I forgot I have my C ability. Keep forgetting that. Are we opening a portal or no? I guess we're not. Oktoberfest and we don't have one here. But we have like people go to in other states and stuff.
Found them. Gone from sight. Needed that, thanks. The moon.
Come on! Moon haunts me! Oh my god, and they did the amplifier right after that.
This is real! Assemble!
Come on! Ah!
By the eye of Agamotto! Must resist.
You need their power.
Come on, okay. Use power.
Do your worst.
Shadow.
Maximum pulse!
Woo! Okay, we're down a healer, we're down a healer.
Thanks.
Ah!
There's still a chance to stop them.
Heads up!
Only 60 seconds left.
Oh my god, America is just going for me. God damn.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
You need their power. The moon.
Come on, we get at least one. Oh, seriously? That was bullshit.
I'm infantry again. I purge the darkness.
This is real!
Ah!
All right, that feels better.
Join the amplifier. Where is it? Woo, okay, we need Punisher to focus Iron Man.
Surrender your strength.
Go, another KO, nice, nice. I'm like so focused right
By
now.
the eye of
No!
Agamotto!
Oh, come on, I'm so close. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Time to drain.
I'm gonna die here no matter what. It's fine, it's fine. Ah, healing pack.
A little pick me up.
And I'm almost dead again. Oh my god, I can't.
Vehicle.
I can't. Oh.
Almost didn't make it again. Surrender your strength.
Okay. Come on. Oh, god damn it. Got them so close. I think it's mainly the Adam Warlock thing taking off a bunch of the oh my god, a bunch of the damage. Nah, god damn it. Is there a character that I haven't played? I haven't played a lot of the tanks. I mean, I've tried them, but I just cannot for the life of me get the hang of them. No matter what I do.
Where I started.
Okay, 10 seconds. What do we have? We have Magneto and Rocket. Oh no, we're fucked. Oh yeah, no, we're fucked.
Time to drain.
Oh. Oh, it's that Iron Man. Mainly it's that Iron Man, yeah. Okay. Do we have, oh, we don't have any. Yeah, no, they got it. Okay, but we can even this up. We can even this up. Then I'll switch over to Squirrel Girl.
3.
And yeah, let me take a look. What other characters don't I do?
Side, you're on.
Bum, 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 bum.
I tear through the cloudless
Oh,
night.
Squirrel Girl.
You'll need a top-notch
I
team to win
tried
this
doing a Wolverine. I never play. Mr. Fantastic, nah. I do most of the healers. Like Black Panther, I know the dives are definitely harder for me. Like Captain America, I really don't get. And Groot, for some reason, I have the inability to figure out the difference between his walls, because one hurts the enemies and one heals the team. For some reason, I cannot keep that in my mind. I'm like looking at it every 2 seconds, trying to figure out what the hell it is.
It would be really nice to
I'm like,
help them.
what?
after I ping an acorn off their foreheads.
So yeah, we need... Who do we have? Okay, Hela can
30
focus...
seconds before you attack.
Hela
Get
can
ready.
focus Iron Man. I'll focus backline.
Strange. Wow.
Actually, no, we have Venom to focus backline as well. And then Strange to push. Okay, this is a good team comp. This is a good team comp. I would prefer, like, Punisher to Hela, but yeah, I think they're more comfortable with Hela.
The battle starts in 5,
Whee!
4,
Whee!
3,
Or a storm, actually.
1. Help get that vehicle to its destination. They don't look friendly. But soon it will
Come on. Come on, I want to get her up there.
I appreciate you.
There we go, finally got her. Come on. There we go, there we go. I'm just like constantly pressing the forward. Oh, fuck. That hurt.
Hey, T, enjoy the amplifier.
Who did put behind us?
Those guys are about to shoot at us.
There we go.
This is real firepower.
Follow him, yes.
That's 3.
Yeah, no, I can't focus them.
Maximum pulse!
Oh, I shouldn't have jumped while doing that. I should have jumped while doing that. No. Does it look like you have an actual smoke water base? I know, it's like I'm underwater or something. It's so cool. I love it. It took a decent amount, but the good thing is with this new camera, I can actually just put it on and, oh, whoa, what was that? And it basically just sets up how I want it. It's wonderful.
Time to go nuts. Oh, I got you quickly.
I unleash the Vishanti's power! Born again!
Assemble!
Come on. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. I want this. No.
Hell unleashed!
Uh-oh. Wait, have you been in chat this entire time?
Bounding back into action.
Oh no, I just joined.
Oh, I'm like, whoa. Wait, I have to turn you up. When I die next time, I'll turn you up. Yeah, this Iron Man.
Get that vehicle moving again. Where do you think you're going? Time to go nuts.
This is
Oh, I
real
missed. God damn it.
firepower.
God damn it. Oh, they're still alive.
Only 60 seconds left.
Yeah, no, it's just this Iron Man. God damn. Oh, Discord, don't do this to me.
Right, tippy toe.
There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, we're portaling? Hello, one.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Oh my god, I just saved them freaking like.
Maximum
Oh, oh, no, I can't run. Oh, okay, that worked. Adam's one. Oh, I can't get him. It's America.
Someone scratch my back. Let's assemble!
Uh-oh.
I'm an easy target.
Oh, Rocket's one. Oh my god, I can't. The Adam Warlock? Dude, Adam Warlock is actually a really good play.
Just embrace the light.
so close to the bubble. The baby camp? Oh my god, yeah.
Oh my god, just keep going from me, bruh.
I'm not done with this fight.
Unleash the Vishanti's
Wait, is that ours?
power.
Oh, that was not ours. That was not ours.
Oh my god.
0, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, it is like, I need to figure out how to play, like, ooh, extra stretch. Either I need to figure out how to play Iron Man to counter the Iron Man. I have a diamond friend or plat friend who, he plays, like, only Iron Man. He's really, really good. Insanely good. But yeah, it's just learning to play him, and if you aren't like amazing at him, he's like really useless.
997,991 just redeemed hydrate.
Plus, if you don't have like a team up with Bruce, it's really not worth it. Except in those situations where it's like, oh. Okay, I am gonna go end my stream, and I'll be back. If you want to play more Rivals or Valorant, just let me know.
Yeah, let's hop in Valorant after. I'll wait for you.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
I'll be like 5-10 minutes just to get some stuff. Just to
Okay,
get some
you're
stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so there we go. Good there. I'll close this, close that. The sky. Everything is working correctly, perfect. So we did a lot. Oh wait, why did my chat just like... Okay, there we go. Elden Ring would be awesome. Yeah. We gotta get through all of our other ones too, though, because we have a bunch of different ones. We have a bunch of different games to go through. So we're gonna finish up Batman Arkham Asylum next Saturday. Friday will be normal, no clue. Sunday we're gonna stick with, what's it called? Silent Hill until we get to the end, and then it'll be Tomb Raider, and then we'll switch that over to Jedi Survivor. And the more that I think about it, the next Tomb Raider is about like 40 hours, 45 hours or so. So if we somehow get through the Arkham games before we finish both Tomb Raider and Silent Hill, then we'll switch Jedi Survivor to Saturday instead of Sunday. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we need to get through all of these because I'm like, I love story-based games. I love my role-playing games so much. Let's see. And we will figure it out. Let's see. Oh, I just realized. Hi, Rusty. Hi, have you been up there for a while? Oh. I keep forgetting to check if Rusty's up there to turn on Rusty Cam, but I'm like, I need you here. Oh yeah. We need all the tips. But let's see who is on right now. We are gonna end stream because I have so much to do after I play Valorant with Lindsay. I'm like, we're gonna have some joy there. Let's see who is on right now. Who is on? Okay, decent amount. Not many people are on, actually. Not many people. Let's go say hi to K9, who did check in with us earlier today. We're gonna start that raid. They're doing happy hour in the doghouse. Oh, we like this. Okay. Of course, they're doing a community stream. They're raising money for the Humane Society of El Paso, which is always a wonderful thing. Tips on the game. Let's see here. I think we're all good. I will be back Friday, of course. Yes, hopefully I'll get a bunch of pictures of the snow because we got like 5-6 inches of snow. It's wonderful. Okay. I will tell Lindsay that you say hi. I will tell her. What else do we have? I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. Rusty, do you have anything? He's like, no, let me sleep. Let me go to sleep. Nah. Yeah. He's like side-eyeing me right now. But before I keep rambling on, once again, I want to thank you guys so much for coming to stream. I always enjoy it. Oh, the cat's fine. He was like gnawing on my hair earlier. It's revenge. But thank you guys so much for the follows. I always appreciate it, for the lurkers, for the chat, for everything. And everyone go chill out. Have a good night. Have a good sleep. I'll see you on Friday. Bye, guys.